All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Hopefully I can be heard. Thank you so much for joining me. Like I said, a little bit early to start today, but as work sometimes can get in the way, as I already mentioned before, I think in our last stream, sometimes we're going to start a little bit earlier. Sometimes it might be a little bit later, but the important thing is that we will be going live Wednesdays and Sundays. And usually that time's going to be around noon. But again, like today, we're in a little bit earlier. So glad to have everyone in here. Hopefully everyone can hear me. If you can hear me, maybe just give me a quick yes. I see Mufasa in here. Good morning, Mufasa, all the way from Markham, Ontario. Great to have you in here. Cynthia, great to have you in here from the Bronx, from New York. Very nice. I've been to New York many times, a few times actually now. So awesome to have you in here as well. Thank you so much, guys. Already hitting those thumbs up. Really appreciate it. So it's actually interesting for me. We're on a very interesting topic, but the interesting part is that, usually we'll start around 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, sometimes a little bit later. Now we're actually starting at 9 a.m., so we're right in the morning here. So I'm hoping a lot of people will be able to join still. I know it's the middle of the week, could be a work day, some things like that. But hopefully a lot of people are in here and we're able to learn about foods that can improve liver health. Again, liver health, liver function, I think one of the most important things that we can be talking about right now. We'll talk a little bit about fatty liver disease, so non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and of course alcoholic fatty liver disease, the difference between the two, foods we want to avoid, lifestyle changes we want to make, and then what foods are going to help improve the function of the liver. So we're going to cover all of that stuff today, guys. I want to make sure we go through the gambit and give you guys as much information as possible. Beverly from the UK, great to have you, Beverly. Thank you so much for joining me. I think probably around 2 p.m. your time there, if I'm not mistaken, out there in the UK. Thank you so much for joining. I love hearing it. And I always say this, I love hearing where you guys are from and when you let me know. So we already have someone from Canada, from the United States, from the UK. Tremendous to hear, and I'm so happy to have you guys with me. So again, like I said, just like when we were talking about heart disease, remember with heart disease, about 1/3 of the population, so our world's population, are going to deal with some sort of heart disease related disorder. All right, some heart disease related risk factor. That could be high blood pressure, could be high cholesterol, stroke, heart attack. All right, worse and worse. All right. Oh, 2:12. I was off by 2 minutes. 12 minutes there. Sorry, Beverly. But great to have you in there. 14:12. I gotcha. So, and it's the same thing that we were talking about with kidney function. And then we can also say the same thing with liver function. With the way that we're living, with the way that we're eating, okay? So if we're living a sedentary lifestyle and if we're eating a diet that's high in calories and low in micronutrients, that's only going to be adding, all right, to the possibility of types of liver disease, decreased liver function, and then when we throw alcohol on top of it, of course, that's going to make it worse and worse. Sonia, great to have you here. Thank you very much. I hope you do as well. I hope you have an amazing morning. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so glad you guys are able to join this morning, even though we're starting a little bit earlier. So thank you so much for that, guys. So we have to remember, why do I want to talk about liver? We talked about kidney in the past, talked about heart in the past, digestive. We have to remember that the liver is a super important organ, and making sure that it stays healthy is super important for our overall health. If our liver is not functioning properly, all right, we could be running into certain health complications, all right, and we're certainly not going to be living the highest quality of life that we can, all right. There's a lot of, essential things that our liver does. If we are thinking of a couple off the top of our head, it's vital for producing proteins, which is important for us. It's important for creating bile. It's important for regulating cholesterol, things of that nature. I mentioned proteins, but even carbohydrates, vitamins, minerals, all that different stuff. All right, it's almost again like our nice filtration process going through the liver. So the liver is vital for our overall health. If we don't have a healthy liver, that quality of health, that quality of life is going to be decreasing with it. Just me, great to have you in here. Good morning from Virginia. Okay, Virginia's in here. Very nice. So sounds like we got some from the States, from the UK, from Canada, all over the map today. Keep letting me know, guys. I love reading that. Thank you so much. So like I said, all right, the liver is a vital organ when it comes to our overall health. All right, anything from producing proteins to regulating cholesterol and bile, and it can even help break down toxins in the body. All right, break down toxins and help eliminate toxins. Now, one, of course, is going to be alcohol, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. We already know if we're drinking in excess, all right, if we're drinking alcohol in excess, we're going to be doing damage to our liver. So we want to make sure that we're keeping that in moderation or no alcohol at all. All right, but at least in moderation. All right, and then it's also even going to help, all right, with metabolism. So there's so many important reasons why we want to make sure that our liver is healthy and functioning properly. Okay. Now, also, before we start, we know why it's important to have a healthy liver. We just went over a lot of them. And Stacy, good morning from Texas. All right, Texas in here as well. Thank you, Stacy. Great to have you in here again. Thank you for joining us. That's awesome. I love the engagement. You guys keep the engagement up. Always makes it so much nicer for me. Love seeing that. So let's think of liver disease. Now, there's not only two, but there's two major types of liver disease that you're probably going to be running into, or that you're probably going to be hearing someone having. Okay, there's a bunch of different infections. All right, unfortunately, liver cancer, things like that. All right, but there's two major types, all right, of liver disease. And usually, and I've made videos on this, you're going to hear something called fatty liver disease. All right, those are two major types of disease when it comes to the liver. So fatty liver disease. Now, there's alcohol-induced related liver disease, fatty liver disease, and non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Of course, we can go through the two. The first one, very simple. Alcohol-induced fatty liver disease. Again, remember when I said we want to keep alcohol in moderation? We want to keep it in moderation because alcohol is going to damage the liver. It's going to create fat buildup in there, all right, and it's going to lead to disease. All right, so alcohol-induced fatty liver disease. That's the first one. The one that we don't always think, and before I get to that, let me just make sure I'm not missing any comments here. Sonia, you're from New Jersey as well. Nice. Like this food. Blessing, brother. Stay safe. Thank you so much, Sonia. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're enjoying the videos. I hope you're enjoying the chat. Thank you so much. The live chat's here as much as I am. So we have alcohol-induced fatty liver disease. Now, the one that you don't always hear so much about, you've probably heard about alcohol, like psoriasis and things of that nature, or cirrhosis, sorry, not psoriasis, cirrhosis of the liver. All right, the other one is non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. All right. Now, the interesting thing is when it comes to fatty liver disease, and this is why I'm bringing it up, remember how I said a third of individuals in the world are going to be dealing with some sort of risk factor when it comes to heart disease? It's the exact same percentage when it comes to fatty liver disease. Over 1/3. Right now it's about 1/3, but every single year that's going to increase. All right, it's increasing steadily. Before it was something around 20%, then 25%. Now we're nearly 33%. And with the way that the general trends are going, guys, it seems like we're going to be going to 35 and maybe even higher from there. All right. Now, the thing we got to be really careful with when it comes to fatty liver disease, all right, why is fatty liver disease so damaging to the liver, and why is it so important to, make sure that we're doing things to avoid those risks, is that fatty liver disease is one of probably, I would say, the most kind of important or the leading contributor to liver failure. And if we have liver failure, guys, of course, that's only going to be hurting our overall health. All right, we can't stay healthy if our liver is not functioning properly. So again, just to sum that up, about 1/3 of individuals these days now are going to be dealing with some type of fatty liver disease, whether that be alcohol-induced or non-alcohol-induced. All right, and then again, that's going to be one of the major contributors to liver failure. Muna Ali, I hope I'm saying that right. Welcome to the chat. Thank you very much. Great to have you in here. Oatmeal and banana. Yes, we'll get into those ones. Thank you. Absolutely. So just be mindful of that, guys. Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease and alcoholic-induced fatty liver disease. Again, the most common ones and the leading contributors to liver failure. Now, again, like I said, we already know what alcohol-induced fatty liver disease is going to look like. We're drinking alcohol in excess. But what would non-alcoholic fatty liver disease look like? All right? That's going to be more of your lifestyle. So people who are dealing with non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, those are going to be the people who are living a sedentary lifestyle, who might be dealing with issues of obesity. And again, as I always say, that's a tough issue to bring up. All right, this is a non-judgmental stream. If we are dealing with that, we need to address it if we want to make sure that our liver is functioning properly. All right, guys. So again, that non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, major contributors to that, living a sedentary lifestyle, all right, obesity, and then our diet. All right, and there's foods that we need to avoid if we want to make sure that we're not dealing with that type of fatty liver disease. So those are the big ones, guys. We have to discuss sedentary lifestyle, and we have to talk about diet. Diet and obesity go together. Now, you guys have heard me say many times, if we're living a sedentary lifestyle, if anyone can say in chat, I'd be very impressed. How many minutes per week would we like to shoot for? All right, so how many minutes a week would we like to shoot for when it comes to movement? You can call it movement, you can call it exercise, you can call it really whatever you want. But if we're not wanting to live a sedentary lifestyle and we want to keep our liver functioning properly, we need to be shooting for at least 150 minutes per week of movement. And that can be anything from, it could be going to the gym. If you enjoy going to the gym, absolutely going to the gym. But it does not have to be. It does not have to be super strenuous, and it does not have to be super intense. All right, you can go out for walks, split it up, go for 30 to 40 minute walks, even 20 to 30 minute walks. Do that a couple times a week. All right, you're going to change that sedentary lifestyle quite quickly. All right, it's amazing what a 30-minute walk per day can do, even for our liver function. All right, because again, if we're obese, all right, if we're dealing with symptoms of obesity and things like that, that's going to be one of the major causes for non-alcohol fatty liver disease. All right, so that's just something that I want to point out here before we get into the foods, guys, because we're going to get right into the foods here in a minute. All right, so shoot for that 150 minutes per week. All right, so again, let's just sum it up before we get into those foods. If we want a healthy body, we need a healthy liver, because the liver is going to help remove toxins from the body. It's going to remove toxins from the body. That's going to cause damage. It could cause inflammation. We already know that inflammation is one of the risk factors for a number of different diseases. All right, it could be diabetes. It could be, cognitive issues. It can definitely be heart disease, things like that, digestive issues. All right, so we want to remove toxins, pathogens, and waste from the body. A healthy liver is going to help us do that. All right, also, it's going to help produce bile, so it's going to increase digestion. And that's a huge one, guys. Remember, our gut is like our second brain now. So we want to make sure that our gut is healthy, make sure that our digestive system is working properly. So our liver can help with that as well. Okay, so one of the things, again, fatty liver disease, obviously, we know, like I said before, you're going to be damaging the liver. Prevent it from working optimally, preventing it from functioning optimally. All right, so let's go over what a diet would look like. All right, what would a diet look like if we're trying to increase, all right, the function of our liver? Maybe you guys might even be able to guess. And I see we're at 11 thumbs up. Thank you so much, guys. Right in the morning, we're at 11 thumbs up, and we've only been going for 13 minutes. That's amazing. Thank you so much, guys. So think about it. Always think about it like this, guys. Think about it as your liver. I always will say this in videos where a mixture is sort of like a powerhouse of nutrition or an antioxidant powerhouse. Think of your liver as a powerhouse type of organ, just because it does so many different bodily functions that are important for our overall health. All right, so that's why I really want to speak on and really focus on liver health today. So let's talk a little bit about some of the foods. Treatment is best for finding. Well, thank you very much, Rajendra. I hope I'm saying that right, Rajendra Kale. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Good. And I haven't heard of that food before, but I'm going to look it up. I'll definitely look it up, especially for fatty livers. Thank you so much for that comment. And again, Rajendra, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. My apologies if I'm mispronouncing it. And thank you so much for being in chat today. I hope everyone can hear me nice and clear. So let's talk a little bit about some foods, because there's some interesting ones, guys, especially for keeping a healthy liver. And not only are we helping keep a healthy liver, but we want to start reversing fatty liver disease. And we can do that, but we have to make sure that our diet is on point, and we have to make sure that, one, we're not living a sedentary lifestyle, and two, right, we're eating foods that are high in micronutrients, and three, all right, we're getting that movement, we're getting that exercise. Okay, and then if I was to throw one other one in there for you guys, it would be making sure that we're drinking enough water. Just like we talked a little bit about kidney function and improving kidney function. Kidney function and our kidneys are going to be your natural filtration system. Liver is going to do a lot of the same things. It's going to help get rid of those toxins. So we need to make sure that we're hydrated as well. If we're not hydrated, we're only doing damage to our organs, guys. A lot of people are chronically dehydrated, right? So we need to make sure that we're drinking enough water. High fiber, low fructose containing foods. Interesting. Well, it's all right. That's good, Stacy. Thanks for throwing those out. Perfect. We're going to get right into some of these. We'll see if any of them are on there. Walnuts and omega-3 fatty fish. I love it. I don't know if you've been listening to the streams or you just already know that, but if there's any non-meat eaters out there, walnuts are an excellent source of omega-3s. All right, so a nice natural source, meat alternative, a nice healthy fat, which is going to give you omega-3s. So Stacy's exactly right. So thank you, Stacy. So let's get into some of the foods here, guys. Now I want to start out with one that might be a little bit of a surprise to you guys. All right, I like starting out with ones that are a little bit of a surprise. The first one, I would always start with water, making sure that you're hydrated. Again, think of it as like a pyramid. All right, at the bottom of the pyramid, all right, it's going to go from important to non-important. So essential for our diet to non-essential. The top of the pyramid's non-essential. Always at the bottom of the pyramid is water, all right, H2O. If we're not drinking water, obviously, all right, we can only last a couple of days at most without water. Next would be your vegetables and things of that nature. So, of course, for a healthy liver and for proper liver function and to improve liver function, we need to make sure that we're well hydrated. Joshua, thanks for coming in. Nice and early this morning. Great to have you here. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Always awesome to have you here. Okay, so let's go over the first one. So the first one, like I said, would probably be water, but our first food, all right, is going to be grapefruit. All right, and we see numerous studies of how grapefruit can help to improve liver function, all right, and foods that are actually good for our liver. All right, so grapefruit is I'd say one of the best ones that you can have, guys, just due to the antioxidants, due to the compounds that are in it. There's a lot of specific compounds and rare compounds that you're going to find in grapefruit that you will not find in very many other foods, fruits. Doesn't really matter what it is. And thank you so much, guys, for joining in. I really appreciate it. especially coming in nice and early today. But I told you guys, I'll try never to miss a stream Wednesday and Sundays. So thank you so much, guys. So for grapefruit, why is grapefruit so good for our liver? Well, grapefruit contains, and this, you've heard me sing the praises of grapefruit before, but specifically for our liver, grapefruit is going to contain powerful antioxidants that are vital, all right, to protect our liver, all right, and they naturally protect the liver, all right. So it has 2 antioxidants that you're not going to find in very many other foods, all right. So what are those called? There's 2 main antioxidants that are found in grapefruit that are very healthy for our liver and can improve liver function. The first one being naringin, all right, and the second one being naringenin, all right. So they sound very similar. Naringin and naringenin. Those are the 2 main antioxidants, and the best part is the 2 main ones, all right. They're the 2 main ones, and they're the most healthiest for our liver. So we're getting 2 for 1 when we eat grapefruit, which is amazing. So naringin and naringenin, all right? Those are the 2 main antioxidants, and they're going to be very healthy for the liver. And not only for the liver, but actually for many other bodily processes. You know, reducing chronic disease, improving heart health, improving kidney function as well, guys. All right? And just reducing inflammation, and also boosting our immune system. So how great is that? That's why I always tell you guys how much I love grapefruit. Now, how much grapefruit should you be eating to improve liver function? All right, one sec. Let me just catch up here. Lemon water is best for liver and kidney. I just had that last night. What about lemon? We'll get to lemon, Sonia. Absolutely. We'll definitely get to lemon. Don't worry. All right. So a lot of citrus fruits and things like that are going to be on the list. All right. Now, is lemon going to be as good as grapefruit? Probably not, because it's not going to have those antioxidants in it. But does that mean that grapefruit is bad? Absolutely. Or sorry, not grapefruit. Does that mean lemon's bad? Absolutely not. All right. You can have lemon water. All right, and it's going to be very healthy for the body. All right, and the reason why it's so healthy is, one, it has a ton of vitamin C, so a nice antioxidant that's going to flush out toxins, flush out waste, and it's going to do that from the liver as well. Okay, so lemon water is just fine. I'm picking the best of the best here. All right, and a lot of people will have lemon water. I want to kind of throw ones at you guys that you might not have thought of before. But lemon water, absolutely. All right, a lot of people will drink lemon water for detoxing and things of that nature. I'm not huge on detoxing. I think if you're just eating healthy, like if you're just drinking lemon water, you're going to get benefits from that even without detoxing. All right, but it will help with your liver function. Okay, so don't worry. I'll always get to it, guys. I'll always get to it. So ask your questions, but just know that I'll make sure that I always get to them. All right, just give me a second here. So first one being grapefruit. The other thing is, so we know that there's antioxidants that are going to help protect the liver. Another study shows, all right, that the micronutrients, the antioxidants, all right, and even some of the macronutrients are going to help protect the liver from different types of injury. Now, what injuries could that be? It could be fatty liver disease. It can be infections, things of that nature. So that's another reason why grapefruit is so good. It has what we call protective effects, protective properties. And again, I'll throw it back to lemon. You're not going to get that as much in lemon as you are in grapefruit. So that's why grapefruit's on the list and lemon's going to fall down just a little bit. Does that mean lemon's bad for liver? Absolutely not. It's great. But here's where grapefruit separates itself from lemon. If you guys know, if you listen to the live streams, I never like to make umbrellas. And so I would never include all citrus fruits. One citrus fruits that you're going to want to go for, all right, is grapefruit. What about alkaline water? Alkaline water is fine. As long as you're drinking water, all right, you're going to be getting the benefits of hydration. A lot of people keep it simple, guys. That's a great question, Jasmine. I'm glad that you're bringing that up. keep it simple. A lot of people will, ask, should I use reverse osmosis? Should I drink tap water? Should I have alkaline water? And things like that. All right. Yes, it's good. All of that is good. Alkaline water is just fine. But is there going to be much of a difference if you're using reverse osmosis water versus alkaline? It's not going to make much of a difference. It won't make much of a difference at all. The important thing is that you're staying hydrated. You need to make sure that you're drinking water. That's the important part. Don't get caught up in the type of water. All right, just make sure you're drinking water, because another one's green tea. All right, and green tea is going to be excellent, and then you're going to put whatever water you want in there. You're boiling it anyway, so it's not really going to matter. So, alkaline versus other types of water for our liver. All right, it's kind of like, yes, alkaline works, but reverse osmosis, bottled water, all right, that's going to work fine too. So that's an excellent question. Right? If we really start to break it down, we start to say, yes, drink alkaline water. Alkaline water is good. Then we start to get into an area where everything becomes good for our liver. All right? But again, we want to look at foods to improve liver function. We have to look at what's best. What's best is just staying hydrated. If you're staying hydrated, you're going to be doing a good job, just me. First ingredients for alkaline water is spring water. Yeah, so for alkaline water, that's good. So I'm just catching up on a comment here. Give me a second here, guys. Just want to see what Joshua said. First ingredients for alkaline water. Spring water. Yeah, spring water is fine, absolutely. Dash of salt. Now, it'd probably be, if you're going to put salt in there, you'd probably want to use Himalayan pink salt. I would throw that in there. And again, just a dash and things of that stuff. All right. And again, don't get caught up in alkaline water versus anything else. I haven't read any research showing that for people who are healthy, that there's a benefit drinking alkaline water than opposed to any other types of water. Okay, like what the research would probably say, if I was going to read a boring research paper out to you, all right, if you drink alkaline water and you're healthy, it's probably not going to be harmful to your kidneys. All right, and guess what? If I read another study, it's going to say if you're a healthy individual and you're drinking reverse osmosis water, all right, it's probably not going to be harmful for your kidneys. So that's just why I'm saying that, guys. I'm not saying that to point out or that you're saying anything wrong. I just don't want you guys to, stress about having to drink certain types of water when there's lots of other foods that we can be having. So thank you, Just Me. Thank you, Joshua. I'm glad that you're pointing that out. All right. And for alkaline water, with alkaline water, spring water, you don't necessarily even need the lemon or lime or the salt. Again, you can just drink adding lemon in there is nice, right? But, you don't need it in there. Just get the water in there. Just make sure you're drinking your H2O. And thank you so much, guys. You guys are awesome. 13 thumbs up. All right, let me keep these comments rolling. I'm okay. I'm having trouble with my stomach a lot for asking. Well, thank you. That's good, Just Me. Since it's summertime, we have access to prickly pears. Nice. Yes. All right, Stacy, you're throwing them all at me. All right, so I'm going to keep going. That way Stacy doesn't give them all away. That's awesome, Stacy. Thank you so much. If I cannot drink enough water for the day, put some fruit in it so I can drink enough water. Yep, absolutely. I would put lemon, lime, things of that nature. That'll help you. That'll make it a little bit more satiating, a little bit easier to get in. I would keep it natural. There's all those special drinks out there. You guys might have heard of them where you're squeezing in. It's like raspberry flavored. I would put things like cucumber, lime, lemons, have teas, things of that nature. Those are going to be healthy for your liver. All right, excellent. So grapefruit, guys, let's just finish off with that one. So we know, all right, there's two main antioxidants that are going to be especially helpful for improving liver function and keeping our liver healthy, naringenin and naringin. And we also know, all right, that eating grapefruit is going to help protect the liver, so it provides protective effects, all right, which is going to importantly help reduce inflammation throughout the liver, which is very nice. Inflammation is going to lead down the road. It doesn't matter even if it's acute or chronic, it has the potential to lead to disease. It can be liver disease, heart disease, all right? That's why we want to get rid of inflammation. All right, the other nice thing about grapefruit, all right, and why I'm separating it from lemons, grapefruits have a nice ability of protecting liver cells. So again, just increasing the overall health of the liver, all right, and helping it function properly. So helping it remove waste, toxins, and all of that good stuff. Okay, now let's talk about a couple other things. All right, I'll finish this with grapefruit and then we'll move on. So we already talked a little bit about those antioxidants. There's been a bunch of studies having to deal with the antioxidants, naringenin and naringin, all right, but also other antioxidants in grapefruit, because we already know it's high in vitamin C. There's going to be polyphenols, some people might call polyphenols, all right, just depending on how you say them, flavonoids, things of that nature, all right, but we also know, all right, that those antioxidants are going to help promote the health of connective tissues, all right, and reduce excessive connective tissue buildup within the liver. All right, now why is that important? Why do we not want to have excessive connective tissue buildup within the liver? Well, that's going to lead to chronic inflammation down the road. If we're having that, then there's the possibility that we're getting increased chronic inflammation, and there's been numerous studies that are going to show that. Okay, so that's another great benefit of grapefruit. So again, if we're drinking alcohol, that's going to take out all of these health benefits of grapefruit, guys. So that's why I'm saying if you are having alcohol, make sure you have it at least in moderation, or you stay away from it altogether. There's only fruit. Sorry, Joshua, I just missed that. There is only fruit is lemon. Only fresh, not bottle. I would go with fresh, just me. Bottle's fine if you're drinking it in moderation. Watermelons. Watermelons, I haven't read too much on it, Sonia, but we'll get there. We'll get to a few fruits. That's a good one, but I haven't read too much about watermelons, improving liver function specifically. Now, it would have lycopene in it. It would have antioxidants, so it wouldn't be bad for the liver. But if we're thinking about the most important ones, I don't know if I would put watermelons at the very top there. So excellent question. And thank you so much, guys, for 20 thumbs up. Amazing. You guys are incredible. Now, let's talk again about some other fruits. All right, we're going to go over 2 more fruits here, because a lot of people have brought up lemons. And I want to show you guys, all right, lemon water, and I know we're bringing lemon up so much, lemons, limes, things like that, because we hear so much about lemon water. All right, lemon water can do this for us. Lemon water can help us lose weight. Lemon water is going to help us detox. All right, but for our liver specifically, grapefruit is going to be one of the best things that we can eat. And then the other one is going to be blueberries. All right. And then you could also throw cranberries in the mix as well. All right. Now, why would we throw blueberries and cranberries together? Well, for one, blueberries and cranberries, I've talked a little bit about this before when it comes to antioxidants, but blueberries and cranberries contain a super powerful antioxidant. And if someone can guess it in chat, because I've mentioned it almost every time I talk about blueberries, all right, I talk about this antioxidant and just how powerful it is, and why blueberries are a legit superfood. All right, a lot of people will include like 50 foods in a superfoods list, or even 75, 100, but blueberries are a true superfood. What makes them a true superfood? Same thing with cranberries here. All right, blueberries and cranberries contain anthocyanin antioxidants. All right, then this is the important one, guys. So anthocyanin antioxidants. Now, they have a ton of other ones. They have flavonoids, they have vitamin C, they have polyphenols, all right, plant compounds. I could go on and on about the amount of antioxidants in blueberries. Blueberries have one of the highest, if not the highest, antioxidant capacities out of any foods. Now, what the studies are showing, all right, is that both cranberries and blueberries, due in a large part to their anthocyanin antioxidants, but also because of their micronutrients, all right, and also because of, antioxidants and also fiber, all right, which is important as well, and just different extracts that are coming from both of those, they can keep the liver healthy and help to improve liver function. And that's not handpicking a study, all right? That's numerous studies that are showing blueberries and cranberries are actually going to have protective effects and protective properties when it comes to our liver. And not only have protective effects, but also improve liver function, which is amazing. All right, let me just catch up on a couple here. Strawberries would be pretty good, Joshua. The reason why I would say strawberries are... Oh, I'm missing a lot of comments here. Mufasa, I'll get back to you. Absolutely. The reason why I would say strawberries would be good for liver function, Joshua, is because strawberries, and this is quite rare, and it's rare for cranberries as well. Usually to get those anthocyanin antioxidants, you need bluish purple type fruits or vegetables. So like grapefruit, beets, grapes, like red grapes or blue grapes. Not blue grapes, purple grapes, sorry. Strawberries, though, have those anthocyanins, so you're going to get the protective effects of the fruit. All right, so strawberries can be good as well. Are they as good as blueberries and cranberries? Not quite, but you will get some of the benefits. Now, sorry, I was just going through that quick because I missed a little bit here. Brother, please let everyone know to mix aspirin, and grapefruit juice. Mufasa, great point. Always speak with your medical practitioner, especially with grapefruit. All right, especially with grapefruit, because grapefruit, all right, can have detrimental effects in different medications. So if you're on a certain medication and you're eating grapefruit, all right, you have to be careful because it can prevent that medication from actually working, or it can have an adverse effect that we do not want. So Mufasa brings up a great point. All right, and it just depends what you're on. All right, I'm not going to go through a huge list just because there's so many, but grapefruit can certainly interfere, all right, and interact in a not so positive way if you're eating grapefruit and mixing it with certain medications. So we know grapefruit is healthy for the liver, but if you're on certain medications, guys, make sure you please talk to your medical practitioner. So great point, Mufasa. Thank you so much. All right, now we got the strawberries. Dried cranberry to have after a meal, good for memory. Now, cranberry and cherry. Okay, so there's a lot here. You guys are doing awesome. Tam, Florida, awesome to have you from Florida. Awesome to hear where you guys are from. Yes, and be careful with pesticides. Let me just say one thing about dried cranberries, Mufasa. All right, you're going to want to be careful of dry cranberries, okay? Now, here's the reason why. All right, some of the foods that we're going to want to stay away from are foods that are high in sugars. All right, anything that's high in sugars, of course, all right, is going to be having a negative effect on certain organs. Definitely our kidneys and definitely our liver. It's the exact same thing with sodium. When we dry fruits, all right, it increases, all right, the sugars that are going to be found in it. It can be cranberries, it can be apricots, it can be really anything. So just be careful if you're having dried cranberries, dried fruits. Keep them in moderation at best. All right, that way you're not doing damage to the liver, okay? That way, because if you're having a lot of sugar, it's not exactly like alcohol, but it can work in the same way. That sugar is going to be within the liver and it's going to be doing damage. All right, and then also, remember we said, what are some of the things that are going to be negatively affecting our liver? One is obesity, all right, and the other one is lifestyle. So if we're eating a lot of sugar, we could be running into problems of weight gain, all right, and then also one of the bigger things too, and I didn't mention this before, again, this can be a sensitive topic, but body fat around the stomach. All right, so if we're eating a lot of sugars, even if it's fructose or glucose, remember, fructose is your fruit sugar, glucose is a natural sugar, both monosaccharides that create sucralose, which is just regular sugar. That's good, Mufasa. I know you're probably thinking that. Absolutely. Thanks for pointing that out, my friend. But if you are eating that, you're increasing calories, and it could lead to a potential of weight gain. And if you're having those simple sugars, studies show that usually, especially for men, you're going to be putting that weight on through the waistline, through our stomach. All right, it's like stomach and love handles the most. All right, so great to add that in. Now let me catch up on some of these comments. Geez, you guys are awesome. I love this. Lemon water and honey. Yep, we can go for lemon water and honey is just fine. Just keep the honey in moderation. I know a lot of people, will really sing the praises, and I do too. Honey has a lot of benefits, but just be careful because it does have sugars in it as well. Think of honey, all right? You get tons of honey benefits, but think of honey as a sugar substitute. All right, so very good. Just want to make sure on that. From Texas, hey, Ava, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Ava. It's not Ava, I'm hoping it's Ava. Welcome. Is avocado fruit good? Avocado is good, all right, especially to help protect the liver. Let's actually move on to that next, guys. Let's keep going here. So we know cranberries, blueberries. Can you use blueberry and water? If you put blueberries into the water, Joshua, or squeeze them or juice them, absolutely. All right, a lot of people will have blueberry like water or blueberry juice. That won't be beneficial. But if you can just put natural blueberries in there, if you want to crush them, if you want to juice them, if you just want to put them in there and then eat them after, have them infused, that's fine, my friend, okay? Excellent. So let's go on to, I think I caught up here. So blueberries and cranberries, guys, protective effects. All right, we have those anthocyanins. All right, the other nice thing, I'll end here with blueberries and cranberries. And again, this is why I'm showing you guys why we want grapefruit, cranberries, blueberries. All right, the other nice thing is, all right, we found that the antioxidants, remember, blueberries are super high in antioxidants. They can help reduce, all right, fibrosis, all right, and even lesions within the liver. So that just means liver damage, all right? So it can help slow down and even have the potential to reduce liver damage and even scar tissue that was created. Maybe if we were dealing with fatty liver disease. All right, blueberries are one of those superfoods that can actually reverse the damage that was done to the liver. So how amazing is that? Blueberries and cranberries, guys. Keep the cranberries in moderation. They're a little bit higher in sugar. Blueberries you can go nuts with. Blueberries are super low in sugar and low in calories. I think 1 cup has something like 80 calories or something like that. Cranberry is going to be a little bit higher in sugars. All right, so let's go on. So for let's go on to avocado. All right, so will avocado be healthy for our liver? What do you guys think? It's a healthy fat, all right? It's not like the other ones we mentioned where we were mentioning grapefruit, blueberries, cranberries. Give me a quick yes or no in chat if you think that avocados are healthy for the liver. I'm just going to take a quick drink of water here. So I'll give you guys a second. Give me a yes or no. Bananas is highest in sugars, or can I eat in moderation? Eat for moderation. Joshua, you can eat in moderation, my friend. All right, bananas, they are quite high in sugar. They're not the highest in sugar. I believe mango and pineapple might even have a little bit more sugar. But the other nice thing about bananas is they have good levels of fiber. All right, you're going to get pectin fiber, and if they're a little bit more unripe, you're going to get resistant starch. So very high in fiber. Just eat them in moderation. I wouldn't eat any more. I would have 1 a day, to be honest with you. All right, looks like we got some yeses, and you guys are correct. Avocados are protective. They have protective properties for our liver. So very good, guys. You guys nailed it. So avocados, yes, they are a protective food, all right, fruit, all right, healthy fat, which research suggests, all right, are protective for our liver, all right? So it can help reduce, all right, fatty liver disease, different types of infections, fat buildup in the liver, all right, but also improve liver function. So nice job, guys. Anna, thanks for bringing that up. And thank you so much for the 22 thumbs up, guys. Appreciate you all. So avocado, yes, it's going to help to protect the liver. Now, why is that? Because I always like to say why. I don't just want to throw it out there. Yes, it's going to help. All right. But there's been research, numerous research studies for that matter, that avocados, not only are they high in healthy fats, remember, they're high in monounsaturated fats, which have a lot of specific health benefits like heart health, things of that nature, but they contain chemicals that can slow down liver damage. All right, and not only slow down, they have the potential to reverse liver damage. Again, if you're dealing with any type of liver damage, but your major one typically is going to be fatty liver disease. So avocados are protective for the liver, all right, because one, they're going to help slow down liver damage and reverse liver damage, which is amazing. They can help, even reduce, even though that they're a healthy fat, they can help reduce fat buildup within the liver, which is just amazing. All right. Now, if you really want to get into it, all right, we know, and I think there's been some studies even just based on fatty liver disease, all right, that avocados were helpful for fatty liver disease. But again, that's not the only disease we're talking about. It's all liver diseases, right? And the other thing that's nice too is with avocados, since they're so satiating, just as long as you have them in moderation, guys. Remember, this kind of goes out the window if you're eating avocados in excess. Have them in moderation. They're rich in fiber and they're healthy in fats. So again, that's going to help with the sedentary part that we need to focus on for improved liver function and the obesity part for improved liver function. So we're getting like a 3-for-1 there. It's going to help slow down liver damage and reverse liver damage. And it's also going to help with controlling our weight, reducing obesity, because we already know one of the major factors for reduced liver function is obesity. All right, guys? Perfect. Let me catch up on these comments. You guys are amazing. Wow, keep them coming. You hate avocados. I had too many of them. Yeah, sometimes you might have to come up with different recipes. I put them in my smoothies, Ava. That way I get them. I can't eat them plain. I've had too much on toast, too many avocados on toast. I have to have them in my smoothies. Let me keep going through these comments, guys. Papaya is a good one. Half avocado a day. Yeah, I think that's good, Mufasa. Half avocado, depending on what your calorie intake for the day should be. At the most, I would go with half, just depending again, all right? Since I don't know what your maintenance level of calories is, it's hard to say exactly half, all right? I eat about 1/4 of an avocado a day, and that's just fine for me. All right. Is peanut butter good for diabetics? Sarath, welcome to the chat. Thank you for asking that. All right, now I will say this. This is going to be a question for your medical practitioner for peanut butter being good for diabetics. Here's what I will say, though. Peanut butter is going to be a healthy fat. All right? Natural peanut butter. All right? Just like Mufasa said. All right? How would natural peanut butter help with diabetes or for someone with diabetics? And again, this is coming from someone who has been researching nutrition for 10 plus years, who's had videos on this channel for over 8 years. I checked yesterday, it's been over 8 years and almost 5,000 videos on this channel. Now, peanut butter is going to be a healthy fat, so you're not going to be getting huge blood sugar spikes, all right, which we want to stay away from, especially if you have diabetes or pre-diabetes or anything like that. All right, healthy fats and also protein. All right, protein is going to help slow down the absorption of sugar into the bloodstream, preventing or helping or having the potential to reduce blood sugar spikes, which is going to have the potential to slow down the release of insulin. All right, because when you get those blood sugar spikes, you'll get an insulin response. So that's what I'll say about peanut butter. All right. The things that are going to be the worst, obviously, for diabetics or anyone who has diabetes or pre-diabetes are simple sugars. All right. Things that are high in sugars, simple carbohydrates, even carbohydrates to a certain extent, fruits that are high in sugar, things like that. So Sarath, talk to your medical practitioner. Don't just take that from me, but peanut butter is a healthy fat and it has decent amount of protein in it. It has more healthy fat, obviously, than protein. I think if you're looking at natural peanut butter, 1 tablespoon of peanut butter will have something like 7 grams of fat and 4 grams of protein. So a lot of people will say to me, well, peanut butter is a good source of protein. It has protein in it. Well, to get 28 grams of protein, or let's just say even, let's say 20 grams of protein for your peanut butter, all right, you're getting 30 plus almost 40 grams of fat, which is a ton of calories. So think of peanut butter as a healthy fat, not as a protein source. Okay. So definitely make sure you talk to your medical practitioner, Sarath. Thank you for your question. Real coconut. Live in Canada. Very cool, Mufasa. Yes. I'm doing keto now. I got real sick of avocados. That makes sense, just me. Avocados is almost like the holy grail for people who are on keto right now. I had a whole discussion on keto. I could talk all day on a keto diet. A lot of clients that I work with try to get on keto, but they just can't get themselves into ketosis. Again, I'll stop there because I'm not coming from a point where I'm hating on keto or I'm against keto, but I could talk about a keto diet. And again, when I say keto, I mean a ketogenic diet where you're getting into a metabolic state, which is called ketosis, where you're burning fat as energy as opposed to like carbohydrates and things of that nature. So let's keep going with the foods here, guys. So we know avocados has protective properties. Very nice. Now I know Stacy, hopefully Stacy is still here. Stacy had mentioned walnuts. All right, walnuts. Now, who thinks walnuts would be healthy for our liver? I don't know if it would make much sense. It's a healthy fat. All right, we know that it's got a lot of micronutrients. All right, and you guys have heard me sing the praises of walnuts having omega-3s. I think I mentioned a little bit earlier. But would walnuts be healthy for our liver, guys? Would they have any protective properties? So if we look at walnuts, all right, probably by the time you guys hear this, it might be a little bit hard for you guys to guess. But when it comes to walnuts, yes, walnuts can help to improve liver health. All right, and especially fatty liver disease. All right, when it comes to fatty liver disease, it can help to reduce fatty liver disease, prevent fatty liver disease, and even have the potential, all right, again, to reverse fatty liver disease. More so protective effects than reversing. Stacy, thumbs up. Exactly. Big thumbs up to you, Stacy, for suggesting walnuts earlier. And yes, walnuts are good for the brain, omega-3s, absolutely. Very good, Sonia. So yes, Stacy, you were correct, and everyone else who was saying walnuts were healthy for the liver, yes, walnuts are actually going to help improve liver health and liver function. All right, so they're one of the better nuts or seeds that you can have. All right, now there's another seed that I'll get into here, all right, when it comes to our liver. But first I want to start out with walnuts. So you guys hear me talk all the time about why I like walnuts. It's usually almonds or walnuts, either adding those two to the diet just because they're so high in micronutrients, healthy fats, all right? And for walnuts, why sometimes I'll put them ahead of almonds is because they're very high naturally in omega-3s. They're not super high like a fish oil or salmon, but for a nut or seed or something that's not meat related, or a supplement, they are high in omega-3 fatty acids. So what does that mean? What does the research show for walnuts? Well, what the research shows that people who have fatty liver disease, all right, once they start eating walnuts on a consistent, regular basis, remember though, in moderation, it's actually going to help improve liver function. So think about that again, guys. People who have fatty liver disease, if you're dealing with fatty liver disease, having walnuts regularly, but in moderation, are going to have improved liver function, and we see that through a number of research and through a number of different tests. So that's just amazing. All right, that's incredible. All right, because not only is it going to help, all right, reverse liver disease and protect against fatty liver disease, but if you do have it, it's still going to help improve liver function. So I don't know, that gets me kind of pumped up because walnuts are great for our liver. The nice thing is too, I don't want you guys to even get to the point where you're dealing with fatty liver disease. So all these foods, all right, we already know that walnuts, yes, if you do have fatty liver disease, eating walnuts are going to help improve liver function, all right, but they also have the protective properties of helping to prevent liver function, helping to prevent fatty liver disease and improving liver function. That's why I want to throw as many foods at you as you guys can get, because all of these are going to help, all right, stay away from certain liver infections, diseases. Remember, fatty liver disease isn't the only disease of the liver, all right? It's not the only thing that's going to reduce liver function, all right? But it's one of the two major ones, non-alcoholic and fatty liver disease. Okay, let me read some of these comments. Love Light, it's great to see you in here. Thank you so much for joining again, nice and early. Once is one thing also. Best for omega-3s, yes, absolutely. Rosemary, nice. Alzheimer's, yes. Good cognitive, can help with cognitive function. We're seeing studies now where we're seeing walnuts, cognitive function, things of that nature. Brazil nuts for selenium, absolutely, guys. And I will always hear this, all right? Whenever I say... Whenever I bring up Brazil nuts, whenever in videos, everyone always thinks that I'm saying that you have to eat, like 10 Brazil nuts. If you're eating Brazil nuts, guys, you do not want to eat more than 3 Brazil nuts at one time. All right? There's so much selenium and so much micronutrients. All right, we actually have to be careful that we're not overdoing it on Brazil nuts or overdoing it by eating Brazil nuts. All right, we need to make sure, all right, we're keeping it anywhere between 1 to 3. Why 1? Because literally one Brazil nut has about 400%, even more of your daily value of selenium. So if you're eating 3, you're getting like 1,200% of your daily value. You do not want any more than that, guys. So again, in my videos, if I'm saying have Brazil nuts, keep it low. I'll usually throw it in the title, or I'll start it nice and early in the video, making sure that you do not overdo it. It's not like almonds where you can have 8 to 10, where I usually say have 8 to 10 almonds, or 8 to 12 walnut halves, things of that nature. Brazil nuts, stick to that 1 to 3. Walnut butter sounds like it would be. Yeah, walnut butter. I've never seen walnut butter, Love Light. Isn't that interesting? I've never seen walnut butter before. I've seen almond and peanut, but I've never found walnut butter. Interesting. Fresh. Good morning. Yes, good morning to you, Love Light. Flaxseed for omega-3? Absolutely. Flaxseed is one of the best omega-3 sources out there. Herman, welcome to the chat. Thank you so much. We have 28 thumbs up, guys. Thank you so much for getting that up there. Really appreciate it. 30 is always my goal, and we're 2 away from that goal. So thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate you all. Now let's continue, all right, because we got some more that we want to add, all right? So another one, all right, is going to be beetroot juice, guys. Next, I'm going to get into vegetables, but I want to finish off with some of the with beetroot juice before I get into the vegetables. Beetroot juice, guys, beets in general, all right, is going to be amazing for improving overall liver function, all right, and improving liver health. All right, so beetroot juice, all right, is amazing. Now, why? Why is beetroot juice so great for our liver? Well, one, they're a source of healthy nitrates. Don't get it confused, guys, because there's unhealthy nitrates. I'm not sure. I'll just make sure I point it out just in case people are a little confused by both. Beets have healthy nitrates. The unhealthy nitrates are what you're going to find in like processed meats, like sandwich meats and things like that. All right. Those are the unhealthy nitrates. Those are the ones we want to stay away from. They're actually one of the worst things that we can eat. Right? Pathogens, waste, toxins, all that stuff, inflammation is going to increase. So we know that they're a great source of healthy nitrates, and even more importantly, they're high in an antioxidant and very rare, very potent antioxidant called betalains, all right? Or betalains, however you want to say it, all right? I've heard it said both ways. I call it betalains, all right? It's easier for me to pronounce it that way. All right, so a lot of people will say, oh, well, that's healthy for our heart. But what it's going to do is reduce oxidative damage and inflammation. And guess where it's going to do that? And we see this through a number of studies. It's going to help do that within the liver as well. So not only are we getting those heart health benefits, but we're also getting, all right, tremendous liver health benefits as well, reducing oxidative damage and inflammation within the liver. All right, now, what's also amazing about beetroot juice, all right, is that we saw that they increased natural detoxification enzymes within the liver, all right, which is amazing. So remember how I said people will point out, beet and beet juice, will reduce inflammation throughout the cardiovascular system. You see a number, I think there's hundreds of studies that show that. All right, but what we also see, and we need to point out, there's multiple studies that show that beetroot juice can reduce oxidative damage and inflammation in the liver. All right, so let's point that out. In the liver, helping to improve liver function and in improving liver health. And not only that, guys, but we also know that when we drink beetroot juice, it's going to increase natural detoxification enzymes within the liver as well. So why is that so good? Well, once those natural detoxification enzymes are increased, guess what's going to get removed from the liver? Damaging toxins, damaging pathogens, things of that nature, things that we don't want. Toxins, waste, pathogens, we want to remove those from the liver altogether as best that we can. All right, so beetroot juice is tremendous for overall liver health. All right. We know a lot of the times the research will point out to heart health, but we know specifically, and as I just pointed out with a number of different studies, very beneficial for the liver also. All right, and it's great that if we drink beetroot juice, we increase natural detoxification enzymes, all right, because what's that going to do? It boils down to improving liver function. All right, so not only reducing liver disease, fatty liver disease, having protective effects, but it's also going to improve its overall function, which is amazing. And that's the whole point of today's discussion. All right, so let me just make sure I'm not missing any here. Yeah, beet is nitric. Yes, there's nitric oxide, all right, in beetroot juice. Absolutely. So that's going to help create vasodilation, which is important. So that's why, again, the nitric oxide in beetroot juice and heart health seems to go hand in hand, because that's going to help with vasodilation, and that's going to improve the health of blood vessels and arteries. So that's why a lot of the time you'll hear about heart health. Okay? Let me just make sure I'm not missing any other ones. Any other comments? I don't think so. All right, now there's one about beetroot juice and sugar. All right, now it's going to be natural sugar, all right, that's found in beetroot juice, all right? And let's think about it, all right? Sorry, so many are coming in. I'm losing it. And we got 31 thumbs up. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you all. Thank you so much for helping me get to 30. What about sugar in beetroot juice? So beets, all right? So let's talk a little bit about that, all right? So for the sugar content, all right? So if you were to drink, all right, Ava, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I've heard it say both ways, and when I say it, Ava, I believe it is. So I apologize if I'm pronouncing that wrong. All right, when it comes to beetroot juice, let's say you drink let's say 100 milliliters, all right? I can kind of break it down and do the math from there. All right, so that's the equivalent of probably a small glass of beetroot juice, and that's really all you need. It's full of micronutrients, all right, antioxidants, everything like that. Plus, it helps keep calories low. So having about 100 milliliters of beetroot juice, all right, it's going to have less than 30 calories, all right? It's going to have about 5 grams of sugar, all right? But it's also going to have fiber. So when you look at the net carbohydrates, the net sugar, all right, it's very, very low, all right, very low. And plus, don't forget, it's natural sugar. It's not going to be the exact same sugar that you're thinking if you're having soda or anything like that, all right? I wouldn't be too worried about it. I would keep it in moderation, all right? And I would keep it around probably 100 milliliters, just a small glass, all right? That way you're not adding in a ton of different sugars. All right, and these sugars aren't going to be doing a ton of damage. They're still going to be having important health benefits and promoting detoxification enzymes within the liver as well. All right, we already know if the sugars were going to do anything to damage the liver, we wouldn't have these tens to close to 100 studies of beetroot juice showing the benefits for improved liver function. So I don't think you have to be too worried, especially if you're keeping it in moderation, of having sugars within that beetroot juice. And again, it's going to be natural sugar, all right? It's going to be coming from a vegetable, so it's not even fructose, all right? So beetroot juice, I would keep it in moderation, and I think you'll be just fine. Okay, let's keep it going. Just blend the whole beet with the root and the leaves, or just the roots to make fresh smoothies? All right, Love Light, that's a great question. All right, so what I would do is I wouldn't. I've never done it with the leaves on. You can, all right. I've never done it with the leaves on or the roots. I'll snip some of the roots off, so they'll only be just a little bit. All right, a lot of the times I won't even put them in there. So what I'll do is I'll boil it. I'll boil them, and then I'll slice them from there. I'll maybe throw a little bit of the roots in, but for the most part, I'm just using the whole beet, okay? I haven't read very many studies where, there's a ton of different micronutrients different from the whole beet that are going to be found in the roots and everything like that. I find it much more enjoyable just having the beet itself. So, I wouldn't have, I personally don't have the leaves or the roots. I just have the beet itself, the whole beet. And no problem, Ava, my pleasure. Thank you for the question. All right, guys, so we know that's a great one. Now, the other important one, so we talked about walnuts, that's an important one. We just talked about beets. Another important one, I like to always give a nut and then a seed. All right, if you guys can guess the seed, I'd be really impressed. What seed do you think would have protective properties for our liver? I'll give you guys a second here. I'm just going to finish off my water. And I'll give you a little bit of a hint. This one I talk about a lot, almost as much as I do with walnuts and almonds. You're welcome, Love Light. My pleasure. Thank you for asking. I'll give you guys 5 more seconds. And again, this one's going to be a seed. And then we'll go to the vegetables, guys. All right, so I want to go through this one quickly. The seed that we're going to be wanting to consume, all right, that's going to help protect the liver and especially help protect against fatty liver disease is going to be sunflower seeds, guys. Now, it's close. All right, Love Light, you got it. Good for you. Sunflower. Ava. Perfect guess. If you've been in this stream, you've heard me sing the praises of pumpkin seeds a ton. So it would come down to sunflower or pumpkin seeds, even chia. All right, but sunflower seeds, guys. And pumpkin seeds aren't going to be bad for it as well. But sunflower is at the top of the pyramid. All right, remember, that's going to be the most important one. So excellent guesses there, guys. Sunflower, pumpkin seeds, chia. those are all very, very important ones. All right. But at the top of the food chain when it comes to liver health is going to be sunflower seeds. Now let's talk about why. Why would sunflower seeds be especially important for liver health and improving liver function? All right. Ooh, Mufasa, if you're saying 4 types of vitamin E, then you pretty much nailed it. All right. The reason why sunflower seeds are going to be helpful when it comes to decreasing fatty liver disease and promoting liver function is because of the high value of vitamin E that they have. All right. We know that vitamin E is especially important. It's a very potent antioxidant, and it's very important and very powerful in protecting the liver. All right. Very important for protecting the liver. Vitamin E, all right, is essential for protecting liver health. Now, the nice thing is, too, it protects against fatty liver disease. So say that we're dealing with fatty liver disease, vitamin E, and even all the other vitamins and micronutrients and antioxidants that are found in sunflower seeds, all right, they're going to help protect the liver and improve liver function as well. All right, and the big major one is going to be vitamin E. But don't underestimate all the other micronutrients and antioxidants found in them as well. But the big one for especially fatty liver disease is its high levels of vitamin E. Okay, so vitamin E is an antioxidant, has tremendous protective properties when it comes to the liver, and it also helps to protect against further damage, especially when it comes to certain liver diseases like fatty liver disease. So again, tremendous. You're getting multiple benefits of having these sunflower seeds. Flaxseed's a good guess too, Sonia. Those are all very, very healthy. Yes, sunflower seeds. Your doctor told me. All right, good. So me and your doctor agree. Me and your doctor agree on that, Mufasa. Awesome. So yes, exactly. All right, you're going to want to make sure that you're having sunflower seeds. All right. They're going to be very, very important for protecting and improving overall liver function, guys. Now let's keep it going. We haven't talked about vegetables yet. So let's talk about some of the vegetables. We talked about fruits. We talked about beets. We've talked about healthy fats. There's been other things that we talked about like water, green tea. All right. I think there was a couple that you guys mentioned, which we added in here. But let's talk about some vegetables. Watch the video where the whole sunflower was cooked and eaten. Huge sunflower head without the seeds. Interesting. I've never heard of that, Love Light, but that's very interesting. Never heard of the whole flower being eaten before. But yeah, it would be quite big. And you would probably have to, I don't know if you would boil it or bake it or how you would eat it, but that's very interesting. Thank you for sharing. I'm going to look more into that. I could possibly make a video. All right, so let's talk a little bit about cruciferous vegetables, guys. So our cruciferous vegetables, you guys are going to hear me say one that's always going to be important for overall health and especially for liver health. All right, the most important one possibly, all right, in my opinion, just from reading the research and making videos on this, is probably going to be broccoli. All right, but all cruciferous vegetables in some way or another are going to be healthy for our liver. They're going to have protective benefits and protective properties for our liver and help with their function. Oh, they're grilled. That makes sense. I was going to say boiling probably wouldn't do it. It probably wouldn't be very tasty. So for cruciferous vegetables, broccoli is going to be a good one, guys. Another good one that often goes overlooked is going to be cauliflower. All right. And then another one, Brussels sprouts. All right. All very beneficial when it comes to protecting our liver and improving liver function. All right. So protecting our liver and improving liver function. All right. So broccoli, you guys will always hear me say just the importance of broccoli. Why? Because we know that broccoli has special compounds in it. One of them is going to be Sonia. Yes, we'll get to turnips in 1 second. That's going to be our next one. So Sonia, hang tight. I'm going to tell you a little bit about turnips, guys, because this is probably one you guys might not have realized yet, but I got some special things to say on turnips here in a second. So don't worry, Sonia, I got you covered. All right, so for cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, like your Brussels sprouts, things like that, we already know that they're high in fiber, but they have beneficial plant compounds, and broccoli is going to have sulfur compounds. The main compound being sulforaphane, all right, which is awesome. All right, so what studies are showing, things like broccoli, all right, Brussels sprouts, other cruciferous vegetables, all right, again, these are going to help increase levels, all right, and increase natural detoxification enzymes in the liver, which is going to add to the protective effects and reduce damage. So tremendous. And there's multiple studies that show that. Again, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, even things like Swiss chard would be another good one. Thinking off the top of my head, I think that I remember from a study. All right, again, they're going to have the ability to increase levels of detoxification enzymes, which is great because then, we're promoting liver health, getting rid of toxins, detoxifying the liver, but also protect the liver and reducing damage. So tremendous benefits when it comes to those cruciferous vegetables and improving liver function. Again, if you're increasing the enzymes and the protective enzymes, detoxification enzymes, I should say, in the liver, you're improving liver function right off the bat there. All right. Sorry, just as I take a little drink there again. So that's very, very important, guys. All right, very important. Now, the thing is, too, with broccoli, and this is why you guys will always hear me sing the praises of broccoli and blueberries. Here's the other thing that studies have shown when it comes to liver health, all right, and improved liver function and broccoli. What broccoli did was that it lowered the risk of fatty liver disease and damage done from fatty liver disease. All right, so it had protective effects from fatty liver disease, and it helped to reverse fatty liver disease. And it didn't matter which one. Remember, there was two. All right, fatty liver disease from non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, so maybe caused from obesity, living a sedentary lifestyle, eating foods high in sugar and in sodium, and alcoholic fatty liver disease. All right, now broccoli is going to be able to help reverse that and protect the liver and improve its function. Now, if you have alcoholic fatty liver disease or even non-alcoholic fatty liver disease and you're not making those lifestyle changes, you can add all these foods in you want, but you're not going to see any progress. You're not going to see any improvement to your liver function, guys. Okay? We have to get rid of the alcohol if you're dealing with fatty liver disease. Okay? You can eat all the broccoli you want, but you're still doing the damage to the liver. All right? So I just want to make sure that that's clear. Because you can add them, guys. You can add on all these healthy foods. But if we're still eating foods that are unhealthy and damaging the liver, all right, we're taking steps back still. Okay? And thank you. It looks like we're at 31 thumbs up. Thank you so much, guys, for helping me get there. I really appreciate it. Especially on this Wednesday morning. I hope it's a nice morning where you guys are. Having an enjoyable morning. Very enjoyable here. Just kind of drinking some coffee. Enjoying the morning. Got up nice and early. Steam or raw for the broccoli? Great question, Sonia. Thank you. Welcome to the chat. You can steam it. Steam is fine. Just lightly steam it. People will always say raw is better, but steaming broccoli, all right, as long as you're not overdoing it, all right, as long as you're not over steaming it, all right, which we usually never do, all right, so lightly steamed, all right, can actually help bring out the micronutrients of broccoli. Sometimes there's vegetables that when we actually cook or steam, all right, that they actually become healthier. Another one's mushrooms. I believe tomatoes are another one. So you can lightly steam and still get the same benefits for our liver if it is raw, Sonia. So great question. If anyone else was wondering that, lightly steam it or just have it raw, and then you'll be good to go. Avocado is vegetable saturated fat, so probably is good for you. All right, Tam. So Tam, sorry, are you saying that avocado is high in saturated fat or low in saturated fat? an avocado, and I'm not trying to be nitpicky, Tam, or anything like that. Avocado would be classified, and it's rare. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting because avocado would actually be classified as a fruit, which a lot of people wouldn't necessarily know. I know when I was just learning about nutrition and even doing consultations with people, a lot of people thought that avocado was a vegetable because it has that similar green to it. Blanched broccoli, yeah. It's good for fatty liver. Yeah, absolutely, Stacy. Absolutely. Says that chia seeds are not good for you. What is your comment? I'd have to... It's hard for me to comment why exactly he said that, Big Head. Sorry to say that. I'm just going to call you 56 if you don't mind. But I'd be interesting to see why he said that. Maybe if it's in... I know a lot of things that some doctors will say. A lot of doctors will say flax seeds aren't good for you. A lot of people will say chia is not good for you. There's certain doctors that I won't name that say, especially males, should be lowering flax and lowering chia. All right. At the end of the day, we have to think about how much are we eating. I mean, how much flaxseed are we eating? How much chia seeds are we eating? If we're thinking and worrying about certain types of foods that are healthy for us, that are full of micronutrients, that are full of healthy fats, at the end of the day, if we're worrying about these healthy foods, what are we going to eat at the end of the day? These are healthy foods. Not that I'm saying that this doctor is wrong. I've never heard of him or seen a video. He could be, he said that. That's what I'm talking about, 56. I've seen all these stuff. I'm pretty in tune with what's going on sort of in the nutrition world. So, I'll see a lot of flax being the major one, and then chia kind of being the second one from there. So, I kind of got my head to the pulse. I tell you guys, this is kind of like my passion. This is what I'm doing most of my days, doing this type of research. So it doesn't surprise me that some doctors are saying that. I'll have to listen to what he's saying, 56. I think if you keep anything in moderation, then you should be just fine. Again, this is coming from someone who's just doing the research and has been doing the research for 10 plus years and have videos on here for the last 8. If you look at my first videos 8 years ago on beets. But yeah, I'd have to listen to exactly what he's saying, and at the end of the day, keep it in moderation. All right. I'd rather have chia than a Big Mac or pizza or something like that. So just always keep it into perspective. All right, now, sorry, who was up there? I think it was Sonia. Sonia, were you saying turnips? Now let's talk about another food that's high in that's very good for improving liver function, and that would be turnips. All right, so turnips are going to be able to help support healthy liver function. All right, so that's another one for you guys there. We're going to leave the cruciferous vegetables. I think you guys got the point. Broccoli, kale, Swiss chard, Brussels sprouts. All right, the nice thing with that, especially with broccoli, all right, going to be able to prevent fatty liver disease and reverse fatty liver disease, which is just tremendous. All right. So let's go to turnips. So what we see with turnips, and sort of maybe why Sonia was bringing this up, all right, is that we see that when we eat turnips, it's going to help say if our liver enzymes were low, all right, so healthy liver enzymes were low, turnips actually have the special ability of helping bring the liver enzymes up, and they can be those detoxification enzymes that we were talking about before, bring those up to a healthy range. All right, it's not necessarily, and keep this in mind, all right, going to bring them past that healthy range or normal range, but it can bring them back up to a normal range that's healthy for us, that's going to help improve liver function. All right, so that's why turnips are an important one. All right, also turnips are going to help reduce, all right, and protect against fatty liver disease and other diseases associated with the liver. And also, if we are dealing with fatty liver disease and other infections and diseases and things like that, it's going to help prevent and reduce injury caused by them. All right. And that can be through the process of reversing those diseases. All right. So it has nice protective effects, protecting against liver damage, which is very nice. All right. Just want to make sure I'm not missing any comments here. It's been traded in water. Well, Love Light, that's a great point. You don't have to. All right, you don't have to put them in water. You can certainly can. All right, a lot of the ones that you buy have already sort of been washed or used in watery recipes. Again, you do not have to. I put them in smoothies. Again, keep it simple, guys. You'll see a lot of information. In different videos and things like that. Keep it simple. If you're eating chia seeds in a moderate amount, you're not going to be doing a ton of damage just by not putting them into water, okay? So I just want to make sure that I make that clear. Yeah, spinach can be a good one. Stick with, if I was going to have any Ava, I would stick with like Brussels sprouts and broccoli for the most part, and then maybe like a Swiss chard. But spinach can definitely give you a little bit of a benefit for the vegetables when it deals with liver damage and improving liver function. But I would stick mostly to the broccoli, Brussels sprouts, things of that nature. If you're not a fan of Brussels sprouts, maybe a little bit of Swiss chard would be fine for you, and you'd be just fine. But don't overthink it, guys. Just eat healthy. Don't keep everything in moderation. Some people like Love Light. Some people like to kind of wash the chia seeds and things like that. They actually expand a little bit, if I'm not mistaken, once they're introduced into water, saturated in water. But I'll just throw them into smoothies, and it's organic chia seeds. So just keep that in mind there. They should turn before eating, they say. Yeah, and they're gonna trust me, they're gonna turn like that too if you put them in a smoothie. It's gonna thicken it up. All right, so that's what that means. They're gonna be thick, all right, in a smoothie, just like it would be for an avocado. Oh, nice, Tam. You had raw walnuts for breakfast. Very nice. You got a little bit of liver function increase. Yeah, that's what I was saying, 56. They're going to expand. So when I said expand, exact same thing. They'll swell. All right. Good. So let's go on to our next one here. All right. So did we get, I hope Sonia's still in here. Did we realize why turnips were good, guys? So reducing injury to our liver can help to reverse fatty liver damage. And then the really nice thing is it can help bring back healthy detoxification liver enzymes back up to a healthy level or a normal range. All right. It won't go past that healthy level or normal range, but it'll bring it back up in case it's low. Say you're dealing with fatty liver disease or infection or whatever it is. All right. Or maybe obesity. It can help bring that back up. Now, the other nice thing with turnips is it's full of powerful antioxidants, polyphenols, polyphenols, however you want to call them. It's funny. I'll hear them name something different in numerous videos as flavonoids, things like that. Now, why are those antioxidants important? Because they're going to help regenerate, all right, and improve the health of liver cells, all right? And if we're doing that, it's only going to enhance liver function, all right? So again, those powerful, potent antioxidants, vitamin C maybe even thrown in there, but flavonoids, polyphenols, things of that nature, they're going to regenerate liver cells. So we could have, had some damage. It's going to regenerate them, and then it's going to enhance the function. And that's what we're talking about today. Help enhance the function and improve liver function. Okay? It expands. Yeah, just be careful, Mufasa. All right. If you're keeping it in moderation, you're putting it in your smoothies. I don't know if you'll choke on it, but just be careful. if anything, avocado will make it just a little bit more thick in consistency. With chia seeds, you're going to keep it in moderation. I wouldn't go any more than two tablespoons. So it shouldn't make it too thick for you, but I know exactly what you're saying. And thank you so much, guys. Every time I look, we have more and more thumbs up. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Okay, let's keep it going. Now, here's another nice one. All right, and a lot of people are a fan of this, and they cook with this. And the Mediterranean diet is very important right now. So let's go over this one. All right, the next one is going to be olive oil. All right, now why is olive oil important? All right, I should have got you guys to guess this one. Now, I'm not always a huge proponent of oils and things like that, but when it comes to improving liver function and having a healthy liver, we have to talk a little bit about olive oil. Okay, now why is olive oil important, like I said? Well, for one, all right, it's going to have positive effects on the liver, and the positive effects are a raise of protein associated with positive metabolic effects. Okay, so what does that mean? All right, so that's just big words for saying you're going to get better blood flow through the liver, better circulation through the liver, and even more, all right? So positive metabolic effects, we see that in studies, better circulation and blood flow through the liver, and less, this is really important, especially for fatty liver disease, less fat accumulation within the liver, okay? So we started out with some big words there, but all that means is that at the end of the day, okay, higher levels of protein associated with metabolic effects, all right, all that means is less fat accumulation within the liver, and better blood flow within the liver, all right, and then that's going to help improve liver function. So that's why olive oil is an important one. I'll continue with olive oil here in a second. I just like to make sure I'm not missing anything. I wonder if probiotic supplements help to dissolve the deep liver fats indirectly. Well, you know, Tam, I haven't read anything indirectly with it dissolving or getting rid of or reducing liver fats, but it's certainly going to have positive effects on digestion and other positive effects indirectly. So absolutely, probiotic supplements is, I always tell, even during my consultations, if you're going to take any, especially if it's more like winter where you are, where there's less sunlight, if you're going to take, I'll only really suggest 3 supplements. And again, speak with your medical practitioner before taking them. But the 3 that I would recommend would be a multivitamin, vitamin D, and a probiotic. Those would be the ones that I would suggest. Probiotics, guys, are so important. Can't be understated, and we're learning more and more just how important that they actually are. Hey, my pleasure, Love Light. My pleasure giving all the information to you, and I'm glad and I hope that you're taking something from it and learning a lot from this chat. Says that he uses about 1 liter of organic olive oil a week. Hey, it sounds like me and this doctor 56 have a lot in common. Geez, maybe we got to get a hold of him. That's so funny. So yeah, and absolutely right. Extra virgin olive oil, guys. So when I say olive oil, I'm not just saying regular old olive oil. Organic olive oil is what we want to be shooting for. Uses 1 liter of organic. Wow, 1 liter of organic olive oil a week. He did. Yeah, high praises for olive oil. So that's interesting. So whenever I hear someone saying that they have 1 liter of organic olive oil a week, I'm assuming that most of their fat intake is coming from that organic olive oil or from extra virgin olive oil or something like that. Or else you would just be getting a ton of calories. 1 liter is 1,000 milliliters. Jesus. Are you guys okay if I look at how many calories are in that? Let me just give a quick search. I don't usually use the computer too much while I'm on here. Oh, wow. So yeah. So it must come from a lot. Is he a riot at 56? Yeah. Well, that's good. I like that. It seems like a lot were on the same press. I don't know if I would suggest a liter. That's a ton. I would like to hear why he's suggesting a liter. Not to say that he's wrong. I never judge. I always want to hear why someone is saying that. And you're right, Mufasa. Yogurt's a great source of probiotics. I think that's great. Yogurt's a good one. Kimchi, sauerkraut, all that different stuff. I love it. That is a lot in a week. And the reason why I say that that's a lot in a week, and again, that's not to judge. I'm not judging him, 56, or anyone like that. All right. But if he's having a liter of olive oil a week, that's 8,000 calories. All right. So 8,000 calories. And it's about almost 1,000 grams of fat. All right, so 1,000 grams of fat. Does that make sense? Yeah, so almost 1,000 grams of fat there. So that's a lot of calories and a lot of fat, guys. So just be careful. That's why sometimes I don't always like. I like keeping it to what I'm saying. Just be careful if you're going to be having that. I would keep olive oil in moderation. Okay, keep olive oil in moderation. A liter of olive oil is quite a lot. And if we're just looking at the fat content and the calorie content, the reason why I can figure out the calorie, 10 milliliters is 80 calories. Good olive oil. 10 milliliters is 80 calories. Well, let's look at that. So it makes sense. All I know is that if we're eating olive oil, guys, all right, if we're having olive oil, I think something like 2 teaspoons is something like, I think it's like 9 grams of fat. Always just remember, in every gram of fat, you're getting 9 calories. So just take that into consideration. Not in the light. Yep, keep it there. Good. All right, let's continue with more of the healthy foods, guys. All right, so another one, again, that you hear me sing the praises of. And thank you so much. Thank you, 56, for bringing that up to me. So another one. Oh, Tam, you had a nice. I've heard to never heat olive oil. Not sure if that applies to avocado. Well, different oils have different maximum heat temperatures that they can be cooked at. I'm missing the right words here, but with olive oil, they have a certain. They can only be cooked at a certain heat. What's the word? I'm blanking right now. All right, but olive oil is one of the lower ones. I think coconut is a little bit higher. That's why people choose to cook with coconut and also avocado oil. So it does have a lower heat sensitivity. Olive oil does. You can cook with it. You just might not want to overdo it with the heat. But I think I might have exaggerated the amount to bring home the point. That's fine. That's fine. 56. No problem. Don't worry. I got your point, buddy. It's all good. Olive butter. Very nice. I like that. So yeah, all good, 56. No worries, my friend. So let's go to the next one. You guys hear me sing the praises of this all the time. One of the most important ones, and this is a herb, so it's totally something different now, guys. We haven't talked about any herbs yet. All right? But one of the most important and best herbs that we can have for improving liver function is going to be garlic. All right? And there's been numerous studies to show that garlic and even garlic supplements, I would go with the raw organic garlic if you can, rather than a garlic supplement. Not that there's anything wrong with garlic supplements, but you get more of the sulfur compounds, those potent sulfur compounds from when you actually chop up the garlic and then you eat it from there. All right, so I'd have the herb. If you want to have the garlic supplement, that's fine too. But if I was just going to choose one over the other, I would go with the actual herb. That way we can get a little bit more of the sulfur compounds, because those are very unique. You've only heard me say them for broccoli, sulforaphane. All right, but garlic has a ton of sulfur compounds as well, and they're very potent. They provide a ton of different benefits. Also, there's going to be a little bit more allicin. All right, so that's the main bioactive compound in garlic. Just thinking off the top of my head here. All right, so again, as we see with garlic, not only is it going to help, I wouldn't worry too much about this with reducing body weight, because that's what the studies were showing. Yes, it's going to help with body weight. Remember, we said if we want to improve liver function, we need to make sure that we're worrying about obesity and our weight and things like that. But what it's also going to do is it's going to help to prevent fatty liver disease. All right, it's going to help prevent fatty liver disease and damage caused by fatty liver disease, guys. So make sure, all right, if we're eating garlic, I would go with the raw organic, all right, type rather than a supplement. Again, if you're getting supplement though, all right, you're going to be just fine doing that as well. All right. But again, garlic is going to help people who are dealing with fatty liver disease, all right, to help reduce damage and to reverse fatty liver disease. And it's going to only reverse if our body weight is in check. That's why I think they threw it in the study. All right, and we're adding some of the other foods in there, and we're keeping our weight in check. Okay. Olive oil, yeah. Oh, purple garlic, very nice. Yeah, olive oil butter does sound interesting. I never heard of that, actually, to be honest. That's very cool. Very garlic from Spain. Awesome. That's a great one. So very nice. Those are all great. And thank you so much for the thumbs up, guys. I can't believe we've been going we just crossed 101 minutes. Jesus. The time just flies by for me, guys. I hope it flies by for you guys as well, and you're able to take something away from it. Oh, thank you, 56. You're right. You're 100% correct as well, my friend. So thank you, guys. I really appreciate that. 101 minutes talking about improving liver function. And I think, you know what, just like it was for kidney function, liver function is so important. Like I said, 1/3 of individuals are going to be dealing with some sort of heart condition. It could be atherosclerosis, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, anything of that nature. All right, it's the same thing of people dealing with liver issues now. All right, liver issues are becoming almost the new heart disease. All right, and it's because of fatty liver. All right, and then, yes, alcohol. All right, alcohol can definitely cause it, but it's also non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Living a sedentary lifestyle, eating unhealthy foods, all right, and not getting that movement in. That's great, Mufasa. I'm glad that you are. Is it advisable to roast the garlic in a bit, then store it in a jar and use it rather than using it raw all the time? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, Sonia. We can't use it raw every single time. I think if I was to suggest, no, you can only use raw garlic, I think I'd be doing you a disservice, because, we're not always going to be using raw garlic 100%. Is it best to use raw garlic? Yes. But if you roast it, all right, and then store it in a cool jar in a cool spot, you're also going to be getting benefits from that garlic as well. Okay, so keep it simple again. Raw garlic probably is going to be your best, but you can store as well. All right, and roasting's fine too, because a lot of the times people will cook with garlic. All right, they'll add into a pan. They'll have like garlic and asparagus, so that's not going to hurt it. Yeah, time does fly in here, doesn't it, Love Light? Absolutely. And that last comment, 100%. So make sure you speak with your medical practitioner. So very good, guys. All right. So I think I'm going to end it here, guys. Awesome chat today, guys. Amazing. We have 37. If anyone has any comments, please let me know before I end. We have 37 people in here. Absolutely amazing. 34 thumbs up. Thank you so much, guys. Like I said, improved liver function is only going to improve the quality of our life. All right. And we know the longer, all right, we're dealing with things like fatty liver disease, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, all right, different types of liver infections, things of that nature. We know, all right, that's over time, all right, it's only going to get worse and worse, and we're only going to get a decrease in liver function. Sunflowers, absolutely. We had that one, Tam. You're absolutely right. My pleasure, Paulette. Thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate you guys watching so much. Big shout out to Deborah and to Clifford as well, by the 2 super chats that were given. Again, to support, again, there will never be a PO box. People are asking me about a PO box. There's never going to be a PO box or anything like that, guys. I never want you guys to send me anything or have you guys send me anything. The only way to support the channel, just keep watching the videos, keep the thumbs coming up, and if you feel so inclined, the super chat function. All right, those are the only ways that I really want to just have support on the channel. But I love you guys watching, and I love all of the thumbs up, and thank you so much for watching the videos. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed the olive oil video. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed the cloves and garlic, or cloves and the ginger video, and I hope you enjoyed yesterday's apple cider vinegar video. All right, so thank you so much for watching that, guys. And again, big shout out to Deborah and big shout out to Clifford for the super chats. Appreciate you guys and really appreciate the support, and I appreciate every one of you guys who are in here. All right, there's a lot of familiar faces. Like I see Love Light, Mufasa. I can't scroll up, so I can't see them all, but I see Mufasa, Sonia, Tam, Paulette, 56 is in here now. Stacy, big time support, always in here. I really appreciate it, guys. I'm a bit behind you guys because I like to view the very beginning. Oh, I hear you, Tam. Don't worry, I'll make sure I post it up so that you guys can, if you need to, you can go back and rewatch it. Thank you, Stacy. I'm glad that you enjoyed the topic today. We'll have a special stream on Sunday. I have a special one for you guys. All right, it's going to be a little bit different, but if you can make it, I would love if you could get into the chat there. All right, I would love if you could get it because it's going to be a little bit different. I would like to have all of you in there if I can, and you guys will know once I post up the stream for Sunday, probably around 12 Eastern Standard Time. Love that. Thanks, everyone. Are so amazing and beautiful. Oh, thank you, Love Light. I appreciate that. Helped me learn a lot today. Yes. Well, I'm so glad that you're able to learn a lot today, Love Light. Thank you so much. Great. Thank you, Tam. Glad that you enjoyed it as well. And I hope to see you guys on Sunday. Sunday around 12 Eastern Standard Time, guys. Again, it's going to be a special stream. I hope you can all make it. And I would really like it if you could and do me just that favor, all right? Because it's a little bit different. I'll show you. I'll let you know. I don't want to let the secret out of the bag, so to speak. But it's going to be a special stream on Sunday, and I hope you guys can make it. So thank you, everyone. I really appreciate you all. It was an excellent topic. Man, we almost went for 2 hours today talking about this one. So thank you so much again, guys. I appreciate you all. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I will talk to you guys live on Sunday. And watch out for those daily videos that will continue to come out.